The new 2023 NEC text, for corrosive environment, states that, areas or enclosures, without adequate ventilation, where electrical equipment, is located, and pool sanitation chemicals, are stored, handled, or dispensed. Informational note number 1, states that, see advisory, swimming pool chemical, chlorine, OSWER, 90-008.1, June 19, 90, available from the EPA, National Service Center, for Environmental Publications, or NSCEP, as sanitation chemicals, and pool water, are considered, to pose a risk, of corrosion, gradual damage or destruction of materials, due to the presence, of oxidizers, such as, calcium hypochlorite, sodium hypochlorite, bromine, chlorinated isocyanurates, and chlorinating agents, that release chlorine, when dissolved in water. Informational note number 2, states that, see ANSI, APSP-11, Standard for Water Quality, in Public Pools and Spas, ANSI, ASHRAE, 62.1, Table 6-4, Minimum Exhaust Rates, and 2021, International Swimming Pool, and Spa Code, or ISPSC, Section 324, including associated definitions and requirements, concerning adequate ventilation, of indoor spaces, such as, equipment and chemical storage rooms, which can reduce, the likelihood, of the accumulation, of corrosive vapors. Chemicals, such as chlorine, cause severe, corrosive and deteriorating effects, on electrical connections, equipment, and enclosures, when stored and kept, in the same vicinity. The definition is revised, to clarify, that only areas or enclosures, without adequate ventilation, and that have the presence of chemicals, are considered corrosive environments. These areas or enclosures, could be indoors or outdoors. The designation of area, as corrosive, has no specific distance, associated with the equipment, and is based on the area, lacking adequate ventilation. The text in the definition, is removed as the areas described, will now be determined, by the ventilation available. Additionally, the term, similar locations is deleted, as it is vague and unenforceable. The informational note references, to the EPA website, and NFPA 400, are removed, as they provided no additional clarity, or usability to the definition. Additionally, the informational note is revised, to include the reference to, advisory, swimming pool chemical, chlorine, OSWER, 90-008.1, June 1990, which was relocated, from parenthesis 3. By relocating this text, parenthesis 3 is deleted. A second reference, to ANSI, ASHRAE, 62.1, has been added, as it provides, minimum exhaust rates, that may be useful, to users of this code. New informational note number 2, clarifies to support, the revisions to the definition. The text, in informational note number 2, is relocated and reformatted, from the informational note, at 680.12. The phrase, as applied to, is being deleted, due to this term, only applies to the article, referenced at the end, of the defined term. This action, is in accordance, to the NEC Style Manual Section, 2.2.2.3.2. The reference structure, of the third standard, in informational note number 2, was revised, in accordance, with the NEC Style Manual, 4.1.3. A revision, has been made, to clarify, that only areas, or enclosures, without adequate ventilation, and that have, the presence of chemicals, are considered, corrosive environments. The corrosive environment, such as, areas or enclosures, could be indoors, or outdoors. He designation, of area, as corrosive, has no specific distance, associated with the equipment, and is based on, the area, lacking adequate ventilation. The revision, to informational note 1, references to, the EPA website, and includes, the reference to, advisory, swimming pool chemical, chlorine, OSWER, 90-008.1, June 1990. A new informational note 2, has been added, to support the revisions, to the definition. The text, in Informational Note 2, is relocated, and reformatted, from the Informational Note, in 680.12.